and talk about a broken home and what choices you would not want to be faced with in the midst of a divorce or in the midst of a crisis. Every person that's ever been through something like it, all these offers to do things that you know are not right. And it could be a divorce, it could be a separation, anything that makes a broken home harder to survive. It's going to be harder on your children, it's going to be harder on everybody. And it requires counseling, and it requires people that care about keeping that fractured home from falling apart. And I don't know if you ever see something like this where you see your family lonely or feeling desperate or longing for that love that is so needed. I was this girl when my dad had died, and I had fallen apart, and I was just barely holding it together. And when I think about encouraging words, I think about just sharing my experience about what those months were like. It seemed like it would end. It was just one day would run into the next, and the next day, and I was 28, and I felt like this, like like there was no one could know how loud the fighting was and the violence around me was. And growing up and struggling with that loneliness that I'm sharing with you here, it finally took praying and convincing someone to get me out of that area and start over again. And sometimes that's the answer, is finding some good people in your life and starting over. And without the ability to start over, I don't know that I would be able to hang in there and do the things that I can do now. Like, I know I can't keep going at the rate I'm going. I know things have to change in my life. And everyone hits a point where they can only handle so much. And I share that because I know that the counseling and support is necessary. Like, having a group, a support group, is one of the ways to avoid a deep, deep depression. And because of all the things that are going on, not the lack of resources, the lack of a job, those type of things, like the support group, once you get the support group and you can get back to work, it it helps because it seems like I said, like the days run into each other. And I wanted to share that photo that you're seeing here to say this, that it will get better. It doesn't feel like it will get better. And my encouraging words for you is that if you're in a deep depression, reach out to support group, reach out to somebody you can trust, or pray. You can pray about it. You can pray to the Lord and get that answers that you need.